Okay, and in the last class we have discussed only the theory and the formulas of related with the correlation. Okay, so we have already discussed about that correlations are mainly two types. One is correlations are mainly two types. One is autocorrelation and second one is cross correlation. Okay, so I have given the mathematical formula also related to this autocorrelation and cross correlation, and I have given some properties also which are very important, because when you know the properties, then you can easily solve some problem. Difficult problem you can solve easily. So properties are important. You should memorize those properties, as well as you have to practice problems related to those properties. Okay. So basically, correlation means it finds the similarity between two signals. So there, I have said when I discuss about the property about one term that is called energy spectral density or power spectral density. Okay, the concepts are similar. Only difference is that energy spectral density is related to energy signal. If signal is energy, then frequency domain representation is known as energy spectral density. Okay, so I have said that I will give the theory part of this energy spectral density. Okay, this is nothing but it's like a frequency domain, the distribution of frequency. Okay, in a frequency domain, and it's nothing but known as square of the frequency domain transformation of the signal. Okay, like power means power spectral density is similar to this, but here this xt will be a power signal, and here xt in time domain should be a energy signal. Okay, so what is the spectral energy spectral density is? It is the distribution of the energy through the frequency domain plot. Okay, so suppose what I want to say, suppose this is a frequency domain representation of a x of omega. Okay, this is in omega time the representation. So suppose this is the plot of mode of square. Okay, and this distribution is known as you can say ESD or PhD. Okay, so another thing, the area enclosed by this distribution in the frequency domain is nothing but the energy of the signal. That also you should know, that area under this curve is nothing but the energy of the signal. Okay, let me give the definition of the energy spectral density. Energy spectral density. You understood? No? If we'll make the square, then this distribution is named as energy spectral density or power spectral density. Okay, there's the thing, there's the concept. Spectral density. Energy spectral density means it is the signal should be an energy signal. Okay, and definition are same, the concept are same. So I will give the definition for one. So suppose you should understand what will be the definition or what is the concept of power spectral density. Okay, energy spectral density you write like this. You should simultaneously you should understand the concept. Okay, don't write simply the notes. Energy spectral density represents the distribution of the energy of a signal in the frequency domain. Understand? It shows the distribution of energy of a signal in the frequency domain, and it's represented by x square of t. Okay, mod of x square of t. Okay, so why this curve? Why I can say that this square is known as the energy spectral density? Let me give a simple equation. Okay, what is that equation? That we know that from the
Sir, once previous page.
okay. The energy spectral density represents the distribution of the energy of a signal in the frequency domain. This thing you should know. And we know that energy, how you can calculate the energy of power signal. If xt is a signal, how we can find the energy of this signal? That is, Whelan formula is there for minus infinity to infinity mod of x of t whole square dt. Okay. So here you can see when you square a signal and take the limitation integration means its area, you can say. So area under this curve square terms, okay, this curve there, that is known as energy. Okay, so similar is kind for the frequency domain also. In frequency domain also, we have to take the square of this x of omega, then the curve under this, the area under this curve is known as the energy of that signal. So let me explain with that mathematical formula here. Okay, I think it's over. So
Yes, sir, completed.
yes, so let me give one equation so that you can understand nicely that that in time domain, how we can calculate the energy in time domain. We can calculate energy by, so this is for xt signal, minus infinity to infinity. That's I have given. Okay, when I explain about energy or power signal, okay, there I have given this formula also, x of t whole square dt. This is in time domain, isn't it? This is the time domain expression for finding the energy. Similarly, in frequency domain, what is the representation? This is minus infinity to infinity mod of x of omega whole square df. Okay, this is in frequency domain to find the energy in the frequency domain. So here, what happened? The definition, if you see the definition, that it is the distribution of the energy of the signal in the frequency domain. Okay, if you see the plot, then distribution energy, the x of omega will be the frequency domain signal. Okay, and we cannot say that this is the energy signal. To make it energy, we have to square it. Okay, then this become a energy signal. Okay, and that's why this plot is now, you can say it is a distribution, it is a energy spectral density graph or plot, you can say now. And that's why from this, another definition or another concept you can write, that the total area, I have said that the area under this curve is nothing but the total energy of the signal. Because another thing, let me give, suppose the previous signal is like this. Suppose it is like this. Okay, I'm assuming that the previous signal is like this, x of t. Okay, and when we find this energy x of x, suppose this is in time domain, okay, this energy at time domain should be equal to energy at frequency domain. That also you should know. And that's a means one theorem is there. I think you know that energy in time domain is equal to energy is in frequency domain. The theorem is this Parseval's theorem is well-known theorem is there. Parseval's theorem says that energy of a signal in time domain is equal to energy of a signal in frequency domain. Okay, so when you make it square and find the area under this, okay, then this is also give the energy. Similarly, if you square in frequency domain signal and find the means area, then that also give the energy of the signal. Okay, so from that you can make a statement that the total area, how we can find an area by integration formula. Integration, we can find the area of a signal. That's you know, I think. So that the total area under energy spectral density. Okay, this is the graph, no? Energy. This is the energy spectral density graph. You can remember. Okay. So the total area under this graph, energy spectral density graph, density function or signal or this graph, okay, of a energy signal, okay, of an energy signal is equal, okay, is equal to the total signal power energy. Understand? So energy spectral density, what happened? The area under this graph is it should be a total energy of the signal. So that is you should know. And so in the properties, you can I have given the properties that Fourier transform of autocorrelation function will give the energy spectral density. Okay, that's related with the correlation. That's why this term has come in the property, and that's why I'm explaining this concept of ESD here. Okay, and you should similar concept is applicable for power spectral density also. Okay, just you can write in separate note also power spectral density similar with the definition. Okay, just you have to replace this energy with power like this. Okay, that concept is similar. So you can write like this also, that x of omega whole square to make you to make a point so that you can remember that. You can write like this. This x of omega whole square is nothing but it is a energy spectral density. Okay, and this is represented by, I have given in the properties also, that capital S, capital XX omega. So it is nothing but square of the frequency domain signal. Okay, the transformation signal, the square of the transformation signal is known as the energy spectral density, or it may be a power spectral density. Okay. Okay, now let me give a relation between a input signal, output signal, and the h of t, that is impulse response, based on the energy spectral density. Okay. So there is a relation between in LTI system based on the ESD. So you can write like this: relation between input ESD. ESD means energy spectral density. Output ESD and impulse response. Okay, impulse response. Where this three terms has come, this input, output, impulse response. It is this term are come for LTI system. Okay, for LTI system, we know that if xt is given as a input and ht if output, then ht is the impulse response, then output will be yt. Okay, and suppose in frequency domain they are represented as x of omega, h of omega, and y of omega. Okay, so for LTI system, what we know, the relation between these three terms is yt is x of t, h of t. Let me ask somebody today. Let me judge somebody. Okay, whether you are give the attention in the class or not. So what will be the symbol? What will be the symbol? Rule number 220. Are you there? Or 222? Can you say what will be the relation between these three signal? One is xt, ht, or yt. Rule number 222. You should be attentive in the class. I have given so many times. I have said the relation between these three terms in LTI system. Number 209. Can you say what will be the relation between these three terms? 209, 206. Can you say? You people should be attentive in the class. Okay. I never asked, but somebody yesterday, some sir said, so you have to verify whether they are attentive in the class or not. That day also, this Hariprasad sir said to me that in the lab class they are just listening, but lab class should be practice. They should be simultaneous practice. In theory class also you should be attentive. Okay. So this thing, if you give time now, then you don't have to give time in before the exam. Okay, you should, this thing you should to know now only. Okay, simply you are joining the class and you are not attending. So what is the relation? Anybody?
Convolution symbol.
Convolution property. So this is the relation is that the yt is the convolution of these two signal. Okay, you can say these are the signal that xt convolve with ht. So convolution symbol is given by historic mark. Okay, so in frequency domain, what will be the representation? One is y of omega, this is x of omega, and this star mark become a multiplication. Okay, so this thing you should know. Okay, and I have repeatedly saying this thing that in a time domain, if convolution is there, frequency domain, they become multiplication. Okay, this thing you should know. So when you listening the class, then only you can know. Otherwise, just before exam, all the things you cannot remember and memorize also. And memorizing the thing is not applicable for engineering guys. Okay, so in memorizing, it's not applicable for engineering guys, because engineering subjects are practical subjects. Okay, all the things you can relate it with the practical environment. Okay, you can apply those things, concept in the practical life also. So it's not like that arts or arts class or history class, just remembering the things and writing in the exam. You should understand also simultaneously. So what happened? We are discussing about ESD. Okay, and here we are going to make a relation between input ESD, output ESD, and impulse response. So this relation for LTI system, this is if I do the Fourier transform. Now come to the concept about the ESD. Okay, I have said already that energy spectral density can be found by squaring the transformation function. Okay, so what we'll do, I'll make square in both the side. means I will take modulus and I will square in both the sides. So it will give like this. Is it? So when I do squaring, so I can say this first term is what I can say. The first term is nothing but output EHD. Okay. So let me write here first. H of omega we can write this similar, and x of omega I can write is into input EHD. Okay. So this is the relation. So this is the relation that output EHD is nothing but h of omega square into input EHD. Okay. So this relation also you should know. Sometimes the problems asked, they will give any two terms, you have to find another one. Okay. They may give output EHD and input EHD. They may say that find the equation or find the values for impulse response. So this is the thing. So come to the some numerical. So these are all from theory part of this correlation. So any doubt? So come to the some numerical. Find the autocorrelation function of xt equal to e to the power minus 3t ut. Okay. So it asks to find the autocorrelation of this signal. Okay. So what happened if you're going to solve this by integration, it will take more time. But if you use the property of the autocorrelation function, then you can easily solve this problem. And autocorrelation function is given, that's why they have given only one signal. Why they have given only one signal? Because correlation means it finds the similarity between two signals. Okay, that's correlation means it find similarity between two signals. But here only one signal is given. Why one signal is given? Because we are going to find the autocorrelation. Autocorrelation means we have to find the similarity between the same signal. Okay, same signal is said. So another thing, so I have said we have to find whether the signal is energy or power signal first. Okay, because the formula of this signal is different for different signal. Okay, so can anybody say what types of signal this one? Whether this is energy signal or power signal? By looking also you can say if your doubt is clear. If your concept is clear, then you can say by looking this equation also. Can anybody say what types of this signal, whether energy or power signal?
Energy signal.
So this is energy signal. Okay. But if there was some J term, if it is a complex exponential signal, then that will be the power signal. But there is no complex exponential signal, so it is like you can say it is graph is gradually decreasing, isn't it? So there is nothing, a repetition is there. So it is not a power signal. So obviously it should be an energy signal. So one important note you should understand, your concept is there, that if the given signal is energy signal, then go to the means properties formula. Okay, try to apply the properties formula, and if it is a power signal, then go to apply the equation integration property. Okay, that's also you should remember. So let me give like this. Since given signal is a energy signal, since energy signal is, so you should remember that properties you should apply, or you can say convolution approach. This is no need to write, okay, in the exam, just for your understanding that this will give you the solution very easily, okay, based, or it will solve very easily. That convolution approach you can apply. Here xt is given to the minus thrice t u of t, okay, and for convolution we have to make folding signal also. Then if you make folded signal, then what will be the equation? It is thrice t u of minus t. Is that it? I have replaced this t by minus t. When I replace in right side also of this equation, then this minus will become plus. This here plus is there, minus will become. So what is the formula for correlation, autocorrelation? Autocorrelation is Rxx tau. Okay, Rxx tau, you can write this x of t e star x of t, but we should apply the what? We should apply the convolution property. Then convolution property would be what? X of t e star is x of minus t, isn't it? But if you go and multiply, and if you're going to use the convolution formula also, integration formula also, then it will take long time. But go to the try to solve this problem by using some transformation, or Fourier transformation you can use. Then you can easily solve this problem. If you take Fourier transform in both the side, Rxx tau, then this convolution become multiplication in frequency domain. So this become, sorry, this minus sign is there. That's why in here also one minus sign will come. Okay. So minus sign means you can write this like this also. X of omega star. Okay. Conjugate you can write. So what is the Fourier transform of the signal? Xt is, it's a minus thrice t u of t. What is the Fourier transform? X of omega equal to, can anybody remember? Fourier transform e to the minus at ut is 1 by a plus j omega, is that it? Here a is minus, here a is 3, okay? That's why 3 plus j of omega by 1. This is for this xt. What will be the star then? Star will be minus sign will come in place of j. Okay. So just put the values here. Can I move to the next page?
Yes, sir, completed.
So Fourier transform of Rxx tau it would be thrice plus j omega and thrice minus j omega. You can write 1 plus a square minus b square means a square. J term is there, so it will become plus omega square. Okay. So now you have to find, you have to do inverse Fourier transform also, because we have to find the what? Autocorrelation. Rxx tau value is 9 plus omega square. So how we can find? Here you have to find, you have to apply that formula, one formula I have given earlier, that minus a mod t. If you do the Fourier transform, it will give twice a square plus omega square. by using the duality formula. No need to do duality formula, no need. Just what you do, you just put the values here. You just put the values. If here A is 3, here A is 3. So if you try to make this right side like this, 3 square plus omega square, below upper side will be 3, means 6. It will be minus 3 mod t. But here in the equation, here we have what we have. There is no 6 term in the upper side. So you bring the 6 this side, thrice t. Okay. So this is 1 by 9 plus omega square. So what happened? So this is the Fourier transform of the inverse Fourier transform of this is this. So you can write now like this also. Rxx star is nothing but 1 by 6 e to the power 1 by 6 e to the power minus thrice mod t. Okay. So this is the answer for finding the autocorrelation between this signal, the given e to the power minus thrice t ut. So any doubt? So another question you write. Find the autocorrelation function of x of t equal to a. Find the autocorrelation function of xt equal to a. So you try, okay? You try only. This session has 3 minutes. I will explain this problem in the next page. So you try in 2 minutes whether you can do or not. So what is this signal xt equal to a? Whether it is energy signal or power signal? Can anybody say? First of all, we have to find whether this is an energy signal or power signal. What is this signal? Energy or power?